Hello and welcome to Financial Education for the Nation. My name's Warren Shute, and today, money and the implications on mental health. How many times have you heard the expression or the saying, if only I had some more money, all my problems would go away? Yeah, I've heard it a million times, probably without exaggerating if I'm honest. But being in the game of money now for 26 years, I think, 26 years, you realize that money, when you don't have money, you have different problems than what you have when you do have money. Now, I'm not saying they're the same problems, the same stressors, but money problems don't go away. It's how you manage money and how you manage your emotions around money that will allow your money worries to go away. Some people who don't have money struggle because they can't pay their bills, and that gives them problems. Some people who have lots of money worry about the taxes they're paying, or the money going down, or the someone suing them, or taking the money, or being defrauded of money, or sometimes actually not using the money to its best advantage. Now, if you haven't got money, you'll think of those and think, oh, they're silly problems to have. You shouldn't be so silly. But likewise, they might be looking at people who have money and thinking, well, you're just not managing your money properly, that you shouldn't be in the position you're in. So it's not right for someone to judge who is right and who is wrong, I don't believe, but just to accept that it isn't money that causes you the problem. It's your beliefs, it's your actions and your feelings and the power that you give money that causes you the problems. And it's all about you taking control that power and having some kind of system, some process, organizing beliefs that will allow you to manage money so much better. When your budget begins to stretch, though, if you're at the sort of lower end of the scale and you're trying to make ends meet, when your budget begins to stretch and you're borrowing to cover day-to-day spending needs, that's when problems can happen very, very quickly. So you borrow a bit of money to help you get by, and then that money sort of mounts up and then it compounds. And then before you know it, you're in a whole lot of mess. And I always say to people, never take, I'm going to get criticized by some of my planners here, but I'm going to say it anyway, never take capital to spend income, okay? If you're in the accumulation stage, okay, let me clarify, let me be fair. If you're in the accumulation stage, if you're accumulating your wealth to build up your critical mass, your nest egg, so that you will one day no longer have to work, never take capital to cover your income. And that goes with absolutely never borrow to cover your income, okay, to meet your expenditure needs, because it's a spiraling effect. Now, as I'm recording this, the take a breath, I forget what the expression is, but the government has just launched this new initiative that Nikki's going to champion in the office. She's going to take on board and learn about to help people counsel them through money problems. And I love it. I love all of it. I think it's fantastic. What they're doing is they're basically saying, if you're in money problems, you have to go and see a money coach who's going to go through this training program, which is great. So they have some experience and they have to be regulated as well, which is fantastic. But the first thing I've seen is that you can borrow, I think, up to £500 during this period. It's almost like borrowing money can be a drug. And I think what you need to do is you need to almost cold turkey and say, hey, look, no more borrowing money. I just have to work my way out of this one. Because the more you borrow, the more you sink. And to help people around this, what I did is I created the bank account system. And the bank account system really honestly works. So if you are struggling with money, okay, go to the warrenshute.com website, sign up the resources area. There's loads of free information there, and get your head around the bank account system, because it helps people manage their money better. It helped me When I was starting out, we had modest income coming in, we had outgoings going out. We were just in the same boat as everybody else. In the bank account system controlled our spending. So as our income grew, our spending didn't grow in proportion to our income, so that we were able to then retain some of our income so we can actually get out of what we refer to as the rat race. You can start building some critical mass. So if you haven't seen that yet, seriously, go and have a look at it. It's all free, so it's not a sales pitch here, but it does work, and that's the key thing. If you're having problems now, if you manage your money day to day, fine, you have no problems. You pay your credit card bills off every month, and you have money left over, and you invest, and you've got things for food. Hey, don't waste your time. Go and have fun. But if you are struggling, or if you do have problems, if you miss direct debits, or actually if you don't know where your money goes every month, it goes through your fingers, then go and sort the bank account system out. It's really good. It really, really is good. I think just think about money and the bills and the credit cards. If you think about them and you have a sense of hopelessness or disempowerment, if you get sort of stage fright, if you don't want to open your bank statements, you don't want to open your credit card statements, really you need to talk this through with someone and have someone coach you through it and have some support, because it's not going to go away. And it's the paralysis that you experience can cause a vicious cycle that you have. I'm going to use the word mental health challenges around facing your money problems, and those challenges disempower you, so you then don't have the confidence, the ability to face your money issues head on. So you've got a vicious circle going on here. You're disempowered, you feel hopeless and unable to make decisions around your money, so therefore you're not in the right state, physical state, to face your money problems, because you need a clear head in logical decision making when you face your money. But the poor money management and the debts that you've got are causing your fatigue and your mental health issues. So it's a vicious cycle that you run around with yourself. And whenever you are going to make a decision, everything is state driven. It's how your physical body moves and how you feel in yourself. And honestly, if you have the right state, you can solve any problem. That's a big statement, isn't it? I had to think before I said it, but I think I believe it that much. I genuinely believe it, that if you have the right state, the right physiology, the right mindset, then you can solve any problem. And I added mindset on the end there, but basically, if you have the right state, your mindset comes. So what I need you to do is, if you are feeling disempowered, you need to move your body. Motion creates emotion. So when you go out and you move your body, you go for a run, you go for a walk, preferably outside to get some fresh air, you feel more empowered. And it's at those times you can make better decisions. I myself can get overwhelmed sometimes. Okay, I run 2 companies. I'm a husband, I'm a dad of 2 teenagers, and we have a charity. Okay, and we have a lot going on all the time, 24/7, and particularly last year we had an awful lot going on. But what I find is I go out for a walk. So I get Monty, my dog, and I go out for a walk. I go for a good, maybe an hour walk at a good pace, because the motion creates good emotion. So I'm walking, my body's walking around, the blood's pumping around, I feel better in myself. I can clear my mind, so I start looking and noticing things that are around me rather than thinking about things. So rather than worry about any challenges I've got going on, I'll notice the birds flying around, or the aeroplane flying through the sky, or I'll notice the color of the sky or the color of the leaves. It's kind of like a mindfulness exercise. So I'm getting myself in the present moment. I'm feeling good about myself. And that distance from the stressor, so whether it's normally a physical distance from the stressor, so I'm moving away and I'm moving, helps you clear your mind. Now, I'm not a psychologist and I'm definitely not a counselor, and I do respect some people go through significant blue periods, but it was once said to me, when you see green, you can't feel blue. And that's just so true, I find. If I go outside, I do some work in the garden, I go out for a walk, I go out for a run, I'm out in the countryside, you feel better about yourself. And I could strongly recommend that if you're having a challenging time, rather than trying to work through it and go against the grain, go with the flow. Get yourself out, move your body, going into a nice time of year. And I do appreciate in January, it's a harder time to do it, but get yourself outside, moving around, and get yourself in the present moment by just noticing what's around you. Okay, how you're walking, how your body's feeling. And then once you've done that for a good half an hour to an hour, go back and address your challenges head on and see how you can do it. But also, don't ignore or don't feel you have to go through this on your own. There are some great charities out there who will help people when they're going through these challenging times. There's two that I particularly like. The first one is Mind, which is mind.org.uk. Now, I tell you about Mind because Mind help people with mental health or stress-related issues or problems. And they're there for anything. So it's not just about financial problems, it's any problems. So if you're kind of feeling a bit blue, it's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength that you are man enough, woman enough to step up and say, I need some help. I'm going to go and speak to somebody. At least with something like Mind, it's fully confidential and they're trained and they know more likely how to help you through the process. But even sometimes just having a cup of tea with a friend or a neighbor can be helpful, just to get you through things. The second charity that I really like is Step Change. Now, Step Change is a charity that kind of specializes in money or financial issues. And I've spoken to them a number of times in the past about various different things. And I really like the way they work with people and help people through things. There's no judgment there. There's no criticism. It's fully supportive. And they've done some fantastic work with people in the past. So, there's two great charities there. If you're struggling, okay, please, you're doing a great thing by listening to these podcasts. You're getting good information, but information without action is pointless. Okay, is no point. It's just entertainment. If you really want to make a change, go online and speak to one of those charities or find someone who can help you. If you feel that you're maybe not at that level, you're probably just having a bit of a challenge, maybe go and find yourself a CFP, a certified financial planner, and get some kind of support, some kind of buddy system. And I kind of raise it really because I speak to my clients sometimes. I say, hey, look, you've been with me for 15 years. You can do this yourself. And they said, yeah, I probably could do this myself, but why should I? What's the point? Why should I do it myself? It's not about doing everything on our own. We're not sort of isolated individuals. We, by nature, enjoy company and we enjoy friendship. So even the most isolated individuals do. So by sharing this information and going through it, you tend to find there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I assure you, if you get help, there can be a light at the end of the tunnel that you can work through this and make a positive impact. And I bring you this as we are going through Mental Health Awareness Week. Mental Health Awareness Week runs from the 10th to the 16th of May, and it is run by the Mental Health Foundation. And if you go to their website, there's a series of 5 things that they're doing. And one of them is learn something new. And their theme this week, or this year, shall I say, is nature. Because their belief is that nature is so central to our psychological and emotional health. And I completely concur, completely agree that it is. But, whatever your challenges are around life, because it can be pretty stressful sometimes, whether it is your relationships, whether it is your finances, whether it is your health, whether it's your career, whatever, there's somebody else who's been through it too. And somebody else who's got through it. And what you need to do is then find someone who can help you manage your way through this thing. And I always find myself distancing myself from the stressor, clearing my mind, and then getting a clear strategy. What's my outcome? What do I want it to look like when it's right? How can I get from here to there in baby steps? Let's break it down into simple steps. Hey, I hope that's been of help. My name's Warren Shute. This is Financial Education Formation. Please hit the like and the subscribe button below and tell your friends about the show. And till next time, take care. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. There's a great number of back issues to go through, and remember, what makes us different on your financial journey is the support with access to downloads and templates on warrenshute.com, the YouTube videos and podcasts, as well as access to me, a multi-award winning certified financial planner and certified international coach. So please do engage and let's get your finances sorted together.